expectations. So having said that, let's find your sanctuary for today. Any comforts that you may want around you, perhaps some blankets or pillows. As always, find your aromatherapy, bringing some maybe essential oils into your space, maybe in the form of a candle, maybe lotion that you just rub in your hands or place right below your ears, on your neck. Potpourri in a bowl, or even to cut an orange and bring that to your environment. And then to find your music if that's what you want to do today, either from your own playlist or a playlist that was curated for Courage to Caregivers here. And then, as always, think about a goal that you can take with you going on into your week, something that really resonates with you from today's session that you'd like to carry with you going forward. And then just remembering that we're all connected, and even though we just meet for this hour today, that we're with you all the way, and that if you need anybody from Courage to Caregivers, you can draw on that support throughout the week. So don't be afraid to do that. Okay, so if all that feels complete, today we start a new theme. The theme for September is called Management. And the topic for today is Plan for the Future, Allocate Your Resources. And we're talking about management in terms of caregiving. How do you manage all that is thrown upon you on a day-to-day basis with your caregiving duties? When my sister-in-law arrived in Ohio from DC a couple years ago, and we became her caregivers, there were a lot of things we had to think about. And so we think about the resources that we might have in front of us. The resources can come in the form of physical, mental, emotional, tangible, or intangible. Some examples might be physical, your time, your energy, financial, your money, or the person that you're caregiving for's money. Examples of tangible resources would be professionals, financial planners, accountants, lawyers. Maybe you're setting up a trust for this person. You can't do that on your own. You have to have professional explain this to you. Social services, disability resources. I remember when my sister-in-law arrived at the rehab center, I immediately found myself interfacing with administrators, social services, people I had never talked to before, but I learned to rely on them on a day-to-day basis. And we actually got to know each other very well, which often happens. Intangible examples of a resource would be your support network. And we talked about that a lot last month. Having people in your life, friends, family, people beyond your family, coworkers, colleagues, neighbors, acquaintances in the community to help offer empathy and understanding, as well as specific forms of help, meals, all kinds of outreach. Even a simple walk around the neighborhood with someone that you trust is so important, maybe for 5 minutes. We've talked about that a lot. But the best way to plan for the future is to be aware of the present. And so taking care of what is now helps us take care of what is to come. And in yoga, we talk a lot about the present moment. One resource that you can regulate is your presence and how much time we choose to spend on something. And when it comes to caregiving, you choose how much time can I give this today, and what do I have to relegate and delegate to someone else. And coming into the present moment in yoga, when we come into a posture in yoga, you're on your mat and maybe you're coming into a balance pose, you're standing on one leg, you better be thinking about the present moment, because if you're thinking about maybe something on the periphery, like what you did right before your yoga class that day or what you're going to do right after, you might lose your balance. And that's the same as when we're caring for someone. Coming into the present moment helps us to focus, and then we have that mindfulness, that awareness that we need so much to get from point A to point B to point C throughout the day. Really important to focus on. Let's see. Okay, if you are anchored in the present, you can prepare for the future. So this is something really good to think about. And what is one way that we come into the present moment? Our breathing, regulating our breathing, knowing that we can control our breathing to take us from that stressful, anxiety-driven mode down to that more relaxed mode. And we have that with us to do that every day. So having said that, we're going to start a little breathing right now. So I invite you to find a comfortable place in your crossed. Maybe bring those shoulders up to your ears and roll them back down so that they're nice and even. You feel your shoulder blades connecting behind you, perhaps placing your hands in your lap with your palms down or your palms turned up, whatever feels best for you. And feeling that crown of your head lifted so that your spine is nice and aligned with your ears and your neck and your shoulders, no tension there. And then I invite you to either close your eyes or leave them softly cast down at a point in front of you. And then feel that connection between your feet and the floor beneath you. And then start to engage in the presence of your breath. Also feeling that connection of the chair that you're sitting on, feeling your sitting bones on that surface. And so from the bottoms of your feet, through your seat, up the midline of your body, and all the way up through the crown of your head, one long line of energy, one long line of connection. And then start to notice the air as it comes in and out of your nose. And just feeling that softness behind the eyes if your eyes are closed. And that awareness of the breath as it moves in and out of your body. Maybe feeling the coolness of the air as it enters your nose, and then the warm air as you exhale and the air leaves your nose. Good. And then as you begin to deepen the breath, maybe bringing in a little ujjayi breathing or that ocean breath, the breath that feels like you can almost feel it pass over your throat as if you were fogging up a mirror or fogging up a pair of glasses to clean them. And it makes a sound something like this. And you can either do that audibly or you can do that in your own mind. Feel that presence in your mind of that deepening of the breath. And as you deepen that breath, send that breath into every cell of your body, every aspect of your body, every pore of your body. Feel that breath go into all those tight places. And as you breathe deeply, know that even if thoughts try to intrude at this time, that they are not going to impact your practice for today, that you can notice your thoughts, but just let them go. Without judgment, without much emotion, just notice that they're there, but they're not going to creep in to bother you today. And one of the things about mindfulness training is that we learn to look at all things without judgment. And when you do that, then you fully are in the present moment. And then start to feel that breath as it enters your nose. Start to feel that breath come down into your chest, and your chest expands. Your ribs expand, and then your belly expands forward as you breathe in. And then on the out breath, as you exhale, your belly contracts back towards your spine, ribs fall, and your chest falls. So you come into that 3-part breathing. On the inhale, chest, ribs, belly. On the exhale, belly, ribs, chest. And I invite you to find that wave-like breathing on your own, that 3-part breathing. And when you breathe this way, that breath fully nourishes your body and your spirit and your mind, because you're getting the full advantage of the breath. So I invite you to try a little bit of that 3-part breathing. Breathe in, chest, ribs, belly, and breathe out, belly, ribs, chest. And feel that breathing expand into every aspect, and expand your awareness at the same time. Good. And as you breathe, I'm going to read our affirmations for our practice today. As I attend mindfully to today, my future is bright. I actively plan for the future by being fully present to caring for today. Planning is bringing the future into the present so I can do something about it right now. My most precious resource is my presence. And now we're going to go into our alternate nostril breathing, which is a wonderful method of breathing to bring awareness and strengthen your focus, and also to connect that right and left hemisphere of the brain. So if you need to open your eyes to get situated for that, that's just fine. So bringing your peace fingers up in front of your face, fold those fingers in so that the only fingers that remain are the pinky finger, the ring finger, and the thumb. And then you're going to be using the ring finger and the thumb for this. The pinky finger just kind of hangs out for decoration. And so I invite you to begin a little bit of this. I know we've done this before so that you're professionals at it. And just take that left ring finger, the ring finger to the left nostril, bringing that up to there, closing off that left nostril, and inhaling through the right, closing off the right, and exhaling through the left, inhaling left, closing off the left, and exhaling right. And what we just did is one round of the alternate nostril breathing. So that is one round, that's 4 breaths. And I'd like you to try that on your own to the rhythm and the pace that is comfortable for you. No rushing. And just take about 10 rounds of that on your own. And really let that breathing fill you up. Just expand your spirit today, expand your mind, and really feel that connection between that right and left side of the brain, feeling that connection of your awareness and your focus just bubbling up to deal with whatever comes your way today, whatever is on your plate today. Know that your breathing can help regulate and control that aspect of your life, that you can bring your focus into a more calm, relaxed atmosphere. And so just try that on your own. And just finishing up the alternate nostril breathing. Hopefully, it has already been effective in eliciting a calm response in your body. And when you are ready, just open your eyes again. And we're going to have a little bit of chair yoga this morning. And so again, I invite you to kind of reconnect with your chair, feeling your sitting bones on the chair, nice tall spine. And we will begin a few neck and shoulder exercises to really move the tension out of that area. We tend to carry so much tension in that area every day, and especially when you're caregiving, it is a place where anxiety and tension seem to reside. So let's roll those shoulders up to the ears, nice and slowly, and just feeling the shoulder blades connect as they come down towards the back, and then lift as the shoulders lift. Really working out the tension there. And when you're ready, change directions. Good. Good. And then let those shoulders just settle at a normal level there. And then inhaling in, raise that right arm up overhead. And very gently take your left ear and tip your head over the right shoulder, opening up all of those tight places in the left side of your neck. Breathing into that opening. Good. And then come to neutral. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhaling and lifting the left arm up overhead. And very gently taking the right ear over left shoulder. Exhaling here. And opening. Breathing. Good. And then bringing your head back to neutral position. And then just very mindfully taking a little back and forth, right and left here. Looking over the left shoulder, inhaling to the center, exhale over the right. Just opening up that neck. Back and forth, left and right. Good. And then inhale back to center. Let's bring our arms out in front of us. And with your right hand, take the left elbow and bend that over your chest. As you bend and kind of press in with the right hand, take your gaze out over the left shoulder. Breathing here into that opening stretch. Good. And then come to center, bringing your arms out in front of you once again. This time taking the right elbow with the left hand, moving that arm across your body. And then looking out over the right shoulder. Good. And then inhale back to center. And then bring those arms out in front of you again and bring opposite hand to opposite shoulder and give yourself a great, big, humongous hug in appreciation for all you do every day for everyone around you, and especially for the person that you're caregiving for. Great. And then open those arms again, bringing them out in front of you, palms lifted. And then bending at the elbows, bringing the palms together in front, coming into our eagle arms here. You can stay right here, or you can raise the arms in front of you, lifting, feeling that stretch. Strong as an eagle, resilient as the eagle flies. That's what you are. Good. And then bringing the arms out in front of you, whatever arm was below before, bring the opposite arm underneath, bending at the elbow, bringing palms together, and again, lifting, really feeling that opening of the shoulder blades in the back. It's amazing what a good stretch this is. Good. And then exhale, return your hands to your lap. We're going to do a little bit of a chair twist, so come a little closer to the edge of your chair. I'm going to move my chair back here. And then step your feet out wide, more than a hip's distance apart, and angle your feet so that the heels are pointing in and toes are pointing out, kind of like a goddess position. Again, nice, tall, straight spine, lifted through the crown of your head, shoulders back. And then bring your arms up overhead, palms come to heart center. We're going to take a little chair twist. So your left elbow will come down to your right knee. So hinging from the hips, bring your elbow to the knee, twisting to the right, your gaze to the right, and breathe into that stretch. And inhale back to center, hands to heart center. And we're going to try that on the other side, knowing that every time we do a twist, it wrings out the toxins in your body. So beneficial in so many ways. Twisting is wonderful. So inhaling here, and then taking that right elbow to left knee, come down into your twist, exhaling, and gaze is to the left. Good. Inhale back to center. Very good. And then let's take our left elbow to left knee, coming down onto that knee, and then bringing the right arm up overhead, gazing at those right fingers, twisting to the right. And then inhale back to center. And we'll take that right elbow to right knee, twisting to the left, bringing the left arm up and back, and gaze is at those left fingers. Good. And then inhale back to center. Now, if you're seated, I'll ask you to just come up into a standing position here. So we'll move our chair out of the way. And then find your Tadasana, your mountain pose. So we're nice and strong in our core here, lifting through the core. Our palms are facing upward, shoulders back, crown lifted. Take your finger and just bring your chin back just a tad so that your ears and neck and shoulders are all aligned. And you're feeling everything engaged here, your glutes, your quads, rooting down through your feet, the four corners of your feet. Nice and strong in your mountain pose. And then from mountain pose, you're going to step forward with the left foot bending at the knee, bringing your right leg behind you. Point your toes at about a 45-degree angle, and then bringing your arms out, shoulder height to the sides, making sure that you can see your toes over that left knee and that your knee is tracking forward and straight ahead. And so coming into Warrior Two here, relaxing, breathing, and then talking about the present moment and how we need to be rooted in the present moment to be able to deal with the future and whatever comes. I'd like you to take a gaze back at your fingers of the right hand. So just look back at the right hand and imagine that that is your past. And imagine looking at your past and how far you've come in your life up to this point. And just think about that for a minute. How far you've come to be the person that you are today. And then I invite you to bring your gaze back over the fingers of your left hand, your forward hand. And think about the future and how far you have yet to come and how much growth still exists and waits for you and all the possibilities of life. And think about that for a moment. And then once you've dwelled on where you've been and where you're going, then you can rest in the present moment. And as that feels complete, straighten that left leg, bring your hands together at the heart, and bring that right foot up to meet the left. Return to mountain pose, standing here. Once again, find your grounding beneath the feet. And we'll do the same thing on the right side. So stepping that right foot forward, bending at the knee, bringing the left leg out long behind you, making sure your right knee is tracking forward, bringing those arms up to shoulder level, gazing out over the right fingers. And again, taking a look back at where you've been, look back over your left hand. Take a look forward at the fingers of the right hand to symbolize where you are going on your journey of life. And then bringing those two polarities together, realize that the present moment is where you need to be right now. And then bringing your hands together at heart center, step that left foot up to meet the right. Good job, everyone. Now I invite you to find your comforts for today. We're going to do a little yoga nidra practice. This one is a little bit different in that it calls for experiencing opposites. So opposites in the body and also opposing sensations. And sometimes this removes any emotional tension when you concentrate on things that you normally think of at the same time, such as heavy or light. And this kind of heightens the awareness and focus, like so many things that we've talked about today. Helps you to come more into the present moment. So as always with Yoga Nidra, I do want to explain that it's a guided meditation. As you know, we've done enough of these that you know that you're listening to the sound of my voice as I take you through a body scan or give you certain things to think about as you're coming into that rest. But If there's ever a time where you just don't want to listen to my voice and all you want and all your body is craving is just rest, you can just do that and it won't hurt my feelings at all, because the point is to be able to rest, and that's the most important thing. So if ever the guided meditation is just too much, you can just switch me off, like turning down the volume, and you can just be at peace on your mat. So just wanted to let you know that. And so I invite you to settle into whatever space you're on, whether it's a chair or lying down on the floor, and find your comforts, your blanket, your pillow, and settle your body into the surface there. And find some softness behind the eyes and relax all the muscles in your face. Relax your jaw, relax the space between your eyebrows and your forehead. Bring relaxation to your temples. And then start to feel the attention focusing on your senses. Notice the taste in your mouth. Notice any sounds around you, any aromatherapy sense. If you can still smell that essential oil that you may have brought out before our practice today. The images of color or light and dark behind the eyes rather, the feeling of the air on your skin. And in this present moment, your senses are open and alive. Now let the sound of my voice be your guide and support you in experiencing sensations in the body today. And as I name each area, you may feel sensations that are present or nothing in particular, but whatever you experience is just as it is in this present moment. So bring your attention now to your mouth and any sensations that you might feel inside the mouth. The roof of the mouth, the floor, inside your cheeks, left and right, the back of the throat, the tongue, the entire mouth in a field of sensation. Now bring your awareness to your ears, the left ear and the right ear. And then sensing both ears at the same time. And then bringing your awareness to your breath, welcoming the breath as pure sensation. Concentrating on the breath as it moves in and out of your nose. The left nostril, the right nostril, and then both nostrils at the same time. And then bringing your awareness to the eyes, the left eye, the right eye, both eyes together. And then sensing your forehead, the scalp, back of the neck, back of the head. And then bringing your awareness down towards your left shoulder, your left upper arm, forearm, wrist, your palm, and your fingers, the entire left arm. Then bring your awareness to the right shoulder, right upper arm, the forearm, the wrist, right palm, and the fingers, the entire right arm. And then notice both arms together as a field of sensation. And then moving your awareness from your arms down to the upper back, the upper chest, the middle of the chest, the middle of the back, the abdomen, and the lower back. Your entire upper body as a field of sensation. And then moving that awareness down into your left buttock, the left hip, left thigh, left knee, left shin, foot, and toes, the entire left leg. And then moving your awareness to the right buttock, right hip, thigh, knee, right shin, foot, and toes, the entire right leg. Sensing both legs at the same time, right and left. Sensing the entire front of the body, back of the body, left side, right side. Sensing the entire body, inside and outside, as a field of radiant sensation. And then coming back to the breath, the flow of the breath. And reconnecting with that breath, moving in and out of your nose. And the belly gently rising as the breath comes in and releasing as the breath flows out. And then bring your awareness to the sensation of warmth or coolness, of heaviness or lightness, of comfort or discomfort. Bringing attention to any of these sensations that are present in the body and allowing them to blossom fully in the body. And if none of these sensations are present, as may happen, simply welcoming whatever sensations or feelings are present. If it's helpful, locate the opposite of whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling warmth, try to find coolness. If you're feeling heaviness, try to find lightness. Comfort, find discomfort. Welcoming an opposite of feeling fully into the body. Now welcoming both opposites of feeling into the body at the same time without thinking about it, simply experiencing how doing this affects your body and your mind. Now be aware of all that is present, feeling yourself as the one who is aware of everything that's present in this moment. Sensing and feeling what is present right here, right now. And then experiencing yourself, your whole body, your whole mind as a field of awareness. And now I invite you to experience the sensation of joy as an inner smile that radiates from your heart. Envision your heart smiling and this smile of sensation expanding throughout your entire body, flowing out into your torso, your arms, your hands, down into the pelvis, legs and feet, flowing up into the head and into the face. Your mouth, your lips, your eyes are smiling. The entire body is smiling, radiant and alive, with the feeling of joy or well-being, or the sense of being okay just exactly as you are in the present moment. Just be here now. Just rest, just be. Very gently begin to bring yourself back to your body, back to the present moment. Maybe finding a little movement, wiggling fingers or toes, maybe rocking your head from side to side, or bringing your knees up to your chest, giving yourself a little hug here. And just begin to awaken. And hopefully you had a nice rest. And just take your time, and when you feel ready, just roll to one side and stay there for a few breaths. And whenever you're ready to come back to a seated position on your chair, please do so at your own pace. And when you come back, just kind of stay in a sort of a stillness frame of mind, just carrying with you the rest that you just experienced. And when you come back to seated, you can leave your eyes softly cast down or even closed. And I'll share some quotes from today's practice with you. This comes to us from Thich Nhat Hanh, and he says, "Learn from the past, prepare for the future, live in the present." We think happiness is only possible in the future, when we get a house, a car, a PhD. We struggle in our minds and bodies and don't touch the peace and joy that are available right now. And here's another one. "Just for today, I will be unafraid. Especially, I will not be afraid to enjoy what is beautiful and to believe that as I give to the world, so the world will give to me." That's from Al-Anon. And then lastly, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. That is why it's called the present." And that's my favorite one. And so bringing our arms up overhead and then back down to heart center. I hope you have a good week and that you continue to find moments where you can be totally present for yourself in the present moment by using your breathing, a little meditation, and a little time for yourself. Thank you so much for being with me today. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in each one of you. Namaste.